What was supposed to be the cornfields outside of Newton, Iowa, turned into the city of Richmond, Virginia. Horizon Corporation, the organizers of Champ Car, deemed Iowa Speedway to be unsuitable after inspecting the outer walls of the track and finding infrastructure damage. Richmond International Raceway, which is set to host the race next year, was made as the replacement venue, and in less than 10 days, we prepare to go racing once again. It's 6 races left, round 15 of 20 for the 2020 season. And it's a bit of a curveball for everybody. The track itself should provide some excellent short track racing. Each lap is about 3/4 of a mile, and 300 laps around here means you'll see 225 miles of racing. The last time Richmond hosted a Champ Car race, it was 2009. Stephanie Porter Kelly won the race on her way to winning her first IndyCar World title. She starts third, excuse me. She's third. Right alongside her is Sakura Shibashi. She's starting 4th. Air temperature is 81 degrees and falling, but it is very windy. Gusts of nearly 20 miles an hour blowing into turns 3 and 4, meaning drivers will face crosswinds on the straights and tailwinds in the turns 1 and 2. Starting grid full of surprises. Brad Neri on the pole alongside Natalia Kurachenko. Kurachenko won last time out at Kentucky. Brad Neri, his first ever pole, the first ever pole for Swift Autosport. So, finding a bit of improvement for Neri there, as it is really hot. I have already had to take a drink. It is extremely hot. Porter Kelly starting in 3rd. Sakura Shibashi starting in 4th. Simona LaRoe up in 5th. Suri Lundqvist sitting 6th. That's the top 6 for the starting grid. Andrew Draco starting in last. It's an anomaly. He's never started last in his career. But qualifying yesterday threw a lot of curveballs. Lundqvist being in 6th. David Wessel being in 8th. Kenosha being in 7th. Cameron Jackson being in 9th. Nicole Leckie 10th. Hazel Lacasse, she's replacing BK Glover for the next few races. She's in 11th. Ray Taylor in 12th. Isabel Espinoza is outside the top 12. Patrick Marcelli is up near the top 12. But it's more about who's in the back of the grid. Andrew Draco starting last for the first time. Christina Espinoza right in front of him. So 2 championship contenders in the back of the field. Should make for some very interesting racing. Gerard Perth being another one in the back of the field. Gerard Perth will definitely be climbing. Lucien Lachapelle's in the back as well. He'll be climbing. It's going to be a very topsy-turvy race. This is a track where multiple lines can work. How quickly do the championship contenders that are in the back of the field move up? And as we've seen before, qualifying doesn't mean anything. You have to be able to do it in the race. Porter Kelly has started ahead of Draco in the last 5 of 9, but has only finished ahead of Draco twice. So not impossible. With Richmond being very much a
Drivers, start your engines!
As we hear the command to start engines, Richmond being very much a track where you can push your way through. Nothing is for certain. But it will be Neri leading us to green. So, some fast little factoids about Richmond tonight. Andrew Draco, who's starting last, enters the race with a 40-point lead over Porter Kelly. Third place in points is Isabel Espinoza. She's over a full race back. Brad Nair is going to lead us into the restart zone. And we are green at Richmond. This is going to be an interesting one. Neri clears Kurochenko. Eyebrows definitely raised at the fact that Swiss Autosport got his first ever pole position. Now the question is, can he keep it? We've seen Kurochenko make some really brave passes before. Now's the time to do it if she's going to. Brad Nair signed a 3-year deal with Swiss Autosport to drive for the team in Champ Car. But there's been questions over if the team can afford that contract, which is $1.25 million a year. This is the race where Nair needs to prove that he is worth the price. There goes Kurochenko. Moving to the inside. Nair holds station for the moment. But it's 2x2. Porter Kelly got caught out as well. Kurochenko leads that lap. He's getting an absolute run on the outside line. And he'll take it back. Cleared Kurochenko and retakes the lead. That finishes lap 6. So Nair inserting himself a little bit at the front of the line. And it is an absolute train. Both Espinoza and Draco have gained spots. Draco's already up to 20th. Christina Espinoza in 21st. Draco trying to get past Kaylee Zappa now. That would be for 19th. So Draco already on the charge, making up for his mistake in qualifying. Draco on the charge. Draco's got an upgrade on the car. The team saved the upgrade for this race, thinking it was going to be a short track. Obviously, thinking it was going to be Iowa. The mishap in qualifying for him and Christina Espinoza puts them both in the back. But Draco's clearing the way. Ishibashi trying to get to the inside of Kurochenko here. Keep an eye on where Draco and Christina Espinoza are at as they're going to make their way through the field. There is an absolute battle going on right now up front between the top 3. Cameron Jackson's moved to several positions. Kurochenko's going to make a chance again for the inside. It's Neri. Neri playing hard defense. Now Kurochenko's got to defend from Ishibashi. Ishibashi, a 2-time winner this season, won at St. Petersburg and Pocono. Kurochenko, winner at Kentucky. Porter Kelly, a winner at Homestead. Kenosha, a winner at Valkenburg. Cameron Jackson has yet to win a race this season. His last win was Manhattan in 2018. see a little bit further back outside the top 5, Dave Wessel trying to make a move on Simona Leroux. You see them kind of staggering coming down the front straightaway, trying to get some clean air to the wing. The dirty air is disrupting the balance of the car. Kurchenko is definitely sending it into turn 3, though, not giving Mary a chance to let off the gas. Kurchenko needs to be able to stick it to the bottom if she can. Wasn't even really anywhere close to making that happen. Porter Kelly making a move to try to retake third. You see that the cars are on the black wall tires, and these are the harder tires. Not as much grip, but they last longer. That being said, we expect the pit window to only be about 70 laps. We're not expecting miracles to happen here. A lot of strain going into the tires to try to get these cars around at such a quick speed. Draco's still sitting in 19th, it looks like, at the moment. It's already made up 7 spots. Pretty outstanding job by Draco, and Espinosa staying right behind him. Kurchenko's trying so hard to get past Neri. She's alongside him now. Neri's led most of the 23 laps so far. He's not going to lead this one. Neri's caught to the outside, but he's got the run, so he'll slot back in second. So Kurchenko's finally clear of the 50 car. But the opening salvo mostly been done by Neri and Kurchenko. Kurchenko now sitting in the lead. Her first experience ever at Richmond. Porter Kelly, the last driver to win at Richmond. This is a track that Cristina Espinosa, the only other driver that has experience on the track. It's a race she's never won at before. Starting 24th didn't make that seem any more achievable. Porter Kelly looking super low on Neri. Not even close. Ishii Basu's dropped down to 5th. Cameron Jackson's moved up. Kurchenko definitely pulling out a little bit of a gap. But Neri not slouching either. Takes a little bit of skill to be able to get this car around and be able to get around and hold off drivers. These cars are not planted. We've seen that through turns 1 and 2. You touch that yellow line and the car's going to come off the track. And Neri definitely knows what he's doing. Oval seems to be where Brad Neri shines. We've seen that at Kentucky. We've seen it at Pocono. Seems to be a stronger point for Neri. Draco's still stuck in 19th position at the moment. Ronald Walker, who started mid-pack. Ronald Walker started mid-pack and he's already down the lap, so Ronald Walker having some serious problems. The gap has stagnated. Kurchenko no longer pulling on Neri. Neri starting to reel it back a little bit. Pressure from the two-time IndyCar World Champion will tend to do that. Neri's feeling the presence of Porter Kelly through and through. And Porter Kelly almost touches wheels with Neri. And that exposed Cameron Jackson to be picked up in the melee. So now he's got to try to battle it back around Sakura Ishibashi. Ishibashi trying to take fourth away. Seems like the line is transitioning a little bit. Porter Kelly's to the inside of Neri. Cameron Jackson used the outside to defend. Neri sticking it really high to the outside. And we'll slot back in third. Wessel now up to the tail of Kenosha. That is for sixth. Trying to survive a little bit. Had the clean air, but now that it's gone away, how did it go away? Neri's finding himself in a little bit of trouble. It's 2x2, 3 lanes deep. Misses just for third. Cameron Jackson's going to take that one away. They're about to go 3 wide. They are 3 wide. Cass and David Wessel. They're on the inside of Sakura Ishibashi, so that's the sandwich there. Tire is definitely going to be a factor. Wessel's going to take away what appears to be 6. 6 has gone away. That is now David Wessel. Ishibashi starting to fall away. Absolutely becoming an issue. Lavril having the same problem. Her tires are falling away. She can't get off the high line. Julia Lindquist lost several positions on the start. She's trying to gain some of them back. So a lot of passing going on this track. Blackwell trying to get his way up forward. His poor starting position so far in his camp car career. As they try to lead that charge on the inside. Looking at 17, 18, and 19. Comes in for Espinosa's back. Draco trying to get it. Draco's finishing top 12 of the last 14 races. He's already gained 8 spots. And not even the first set of pit stops, which again should happen around lap 65, lap 7. And despite the suddenness of Richmond becoming an IndyCar video, a lot of people in the field. Alright, so we're going to look at this. Look how fast they're going back on the pit camera. See, apparently he's got a bit of a volume problem, so we're trying to figure out the diagnostics for that. See if we can figure out if the volume's better. See, Draco's gotten past, and there's an engine gone. That is Siri Lundquist, another Alpine's gone. Serious problems for Siri Lundquist. Started 6th, but it seems like the engine's been an issue all race long. She's trying to get to pit lane. She will do so. So for the second race in a row, a Cherokee GP car will finish last. Cameron Jackson's climbed up the second, though. So Cameron Jackson in hot pursuit, trying to make the most of the opportunity he's been given. See the Allen competition cars there. Mildred Moon on the inside, Gerard Perth on the outside. Andrew Drake goes up to 16th. So we're keeping an eye on Andrew Draco. He's up 10 spots. Hopefully the noise is getting a little bit better. You see how much battling is going on up front, though. An intense battle for position. Cameron Jackson sending it in on Kurachenko there. We saw him going by. Top three have absolutely pulled away. So by the end of this first pit stop, the end of this first run, should be very interesting. And also, we're already into the pit window, and nobody's getting close coming in. So it seems like the conservative number that teams gave before the race, it seems like that conservative number is easily going to be pushed wide. I think teams were expecting the tires to do a lot worse than what they've done. Nobody's wanting to blink yet. Neri just now outside the top 5. So watching everyone try to make their stand. Neri now trying to defend from Ishibashi, trying to keep himself from falling outside the top 10, which is very possible with how many people are in this group. Draco's progress has slowed down quite a little bit. Stuck behind Luke and Lachapelle, who's no slouch. He's picked off the drivers that we know are slower. Now it's on to the more serious people. I definitely think a massive props should be given to Marcelli right now. Marcelli has not had a season to remember. Right now he's sitting just outside the cusp of the top 10. So we're already about 78 to 300. This race has been moving super fast. Neri's tires, I think, definitely falling off here. The pole sitter not looking good for wear. We see Lundqvist already out with an engine failure. Tyler Parker's on the climb. Simona LaRose on the way back. Lecty's dropped back. Lachapelle, Draco, Christina Espinoza all pulling forward. Kurachenko, Christina Espinoza definitely trying to make a move on Draco here, trying to gain a position. Trying to get past Lachapelle. So Draco stuck on the outside. Draco inherits and then maintains what is now 16th position. LaChapelle has to deal with 2 former world champions round his gearbox. Talking about Draco starting in last place. Not the first time it's happened. Last time it happened was at Kentucky. 2016, Thomas Rogers went on to win that race after starting in last. And that was when it was 28. Mark Santos started 27th, not last at the time, but more than the current Champ Car field. Started 27th and went on to win when Champ Car went to Clark International Speedway in the Philippines. Draco finally passed LaChapelle. That opens the floodgates up a little bit. Draco now up 11 spots. So right now, all eyes on the championship leader. 11 spots. We've been caution free the entire time. Getting to believe the tires are a little bit stronger than everyone anticipated. Though we do believe that the cliff of the tire wear is beginning to hit some drivers. Neri being one. Simone LaRoe being another. LaChapelle may be suffering some ill effects of that. He's already dropped 4 spots. And Draco already hot on the heels of Nicole Leckie. Nicole Leckie sitting behind Simone LaRoe and Patrick Marcelli as they battle it out. If Andrew Draco can pick these 3 off, he'll be in the top half of the field within the first third of the race. And he is not keen on sitting around. Draco sitting high on the heels of Leckie. Cameron Jackson's led for several laps here. And he's actually pulled away. He's absolutely pulled away from the tire Kurchenko. Kurchenko's tires are starting to go away. So Cameron Jackson right now looking like the best of the field outside of Andrew Draco, who I think has the fastest lap. No, Wessel does. Draco has the 4th fastest lap. So either way, Phantom Motorsports looking strong in the race, despite the blunder in qualifying. Neri's tires starting to come back to life a little bit. He's pulling a bit of a gap over Lacasse. So Neri's sitting himself on solid ground in 6th. And it's the Apex cars suffering mightily. Ronald Walker started the race in 15th position, and he's already down to 25th and spent most of it in 26th. Apex cars are almost 12 seconds adrift of Cameron Jackson. As you can tell from the fastest lap, 17.5 is the fastest lap. They're running sub 18-second laps, so we're about to see drivers go a lap down here. Cameron Jackson almost 3/4 of a second gap to Kurachenko. Then it's Porter Kelly, Kenosha, Wessel, and then 4 seconds back to Brad Neri. We are over a third of the way into this race. Draco's picked off what looks like the LaRoe. Well, everyone's picked off LaRoe at this point. No, Draco's still sitting about 15. LaRoe pulled away from Marcelli. Lecty's trying to get by Marcelli now. Tires are doing phenomenally well. Not what we were expecting of the prime tires here at Richmond. Lecty stuck behind Marcelli, and that's obviously holding up Draco. A good pit stop for Andrew Draco, and that puts him right into the top 10. Hazel LaCasse making another attempt at Neri. LaCasse, a winner at Toronto. Neri's going to defend on the outside. And gets it clear. That is a very close shave, but keeps it clean. Neri is absolutely holding his own right now. Cameron Jackson has pulled away. Almost a full second now. Whatever is going on, Cameron Jackson's got it figured out. Cameron Jackson was not fast in practice, wasn't fast in final practice, wasn't exceptional in qualifying. Sat just about the cusp of the top 10. But he's crawled through the field. Making it look really easy. Almost a full second. He's gaining hundredths per lap. 300ths that lap over Kurachenko. Draco trying so hard to get past Lechty. You're on lap 117. Lap 118 now. The leaders are on. That's what Draco's coming to now. Lap 150 is halfway. It'd be strange to think that these tires can make it on. That these drivers can do one stop. It'd be strange to see. But that could end up being the option. The drivers could be holding out based on fuel. If the drivers don't think that the tires are wearing enough, they could just wait it out and base it on fuel. Lacasse, after almost 25 laps, finally gets past Neri. A very tight cluster here. We were expecting a 2-3 stop race. It could end up being a 1-stop race, which would be quite dramatic. Because right now it's a guessing game. Who's going to blink first, and why are they going to blink? Is it going to be for tires, or is it going to be for fuel? I think everyone at this point is aiming for lap 150. Russell's climbed up to third. But it's almost a 3-second gap. Kurochenko's tires are absolutely falling off. And Cameron Jackson just using clean air and is checked out. So this is an impressive performance we're seeing from Cameron Jackson. So all eyes are now on Cameron Jackson as he runs almost 2.5 seconds ahead. The biggest talking point right now is Andrew Draco being stuck in 15th. And the tires lasting a lot longer than teams were expecting them to. There's Andrew Draco finally making a move on Nicole Lechty. That is for 14th. Draco's moved up 12 spots this race. Which makes this first set of pit stops possibly super important, as we may only have one set of pit stops. Lechty stays ahead of Christina Espinoza, but Draco's already on the tail of Marcelli. So So once more, Marcelli under pressure. We are 17 laps away from halfway. Seems like drivers might have come in because Draco's now 13th. Yeah, drivers have come in. Korchenko's one of them. Walker's in, so pit stops have happened. So that confirms that it is going to be a two-stop race. They cannot make it from here. Cameron Jackson now on fresh tires. Cycles out ahead of Korchenko. That is important. And now he's got fresh tires. He's going to try to get back around Kinoshita, Porter Kelly, and Wessel. It's almost imperative for Cameron Jackson right now as Kenosha comes in. So we're keeping an eye on Cameron Jackson because he should be the de facto leader should this pit cycle go as according to plan. Cameron Jackson's already moving to the inside of Wessel. Wessel tried coming in the pit lane, it looks like. Jackson was there. So now Wessel's going to be in trouble from Porter Kelly. Cameron Jackson was not waiting. See, Korchenko ran the super high line trying to get past both of them. Porter Kelly comes in. Wessel stays out. Wessel's a sitting duck. See, Draco's in the pit lane now. There's Cameron Jackson. This is the view from the press box where we're at right now. Seeing Cameron Jackson as he just flies around this track. Super quick times. Over 25 miles an hour than the average stock car lap time. Absolutely blistering. Jackson coming up on his teammate, Kaylee Zappa. Zappa giving him the bottom line. Makes it easy. So Jackson is well clear of Korchenko by 3 seconds. There's David Wessel going a lap down. Wessel will lap down Zappa, Clark, and Cody Blackman now 1 lap down. Draco did not fare well in that pit stop. He's now behind Keisha Fox. And it's all to play for once again. Made it up to 14th. Was one of the first ones to pit. But it's gone wrong. But we know there's at least one more pit cycle to come as we approach halfway. "45 minutes in. We've already accomplished half of this race. It's going to be a very quick race at this rate. Keisha Fox trying to make it 3 wide. She'll make it 3 wide. There's contact between Fox and Tyler Parker. The more they battle, the more it holds up Draco. Cameron Jackson's 3.1 ahead of Kurochenko. An absolute clinic by Cat Devil Racing tonight. First and third by a healthy margin. Hazel Cass up to fourth. She was battling for seventh. Neri holds on to seventh through that pit cycle when actually is fairly clear of Simona LaRoe. So Brad Neri, everyone was expecting him to fall back, is holding a very respectable top 10 finish, a very respectable top 7. And he's not too far off from Sakura Ishibashi to try to take back a position. So don't rest on the Italian just yet. But all eyes right now on Andrew Draco as he tries to make his way through the field. How many cars is this man going to pass tonight? Trying to hip check Keisha Fox out of the way. Stays on the inside. Will use momentum to try to get back to 15th. He's got Esther Hofson behind him. Fresh tires means that the outside lane is very, very well. See, Christina Espinoza didn't have that struggle. Lucian Lachapelle didn't have that struggle. Lachapelle's now in 10th. So the top 10 is not that far away. Marcelli up in 9th. Simona LaRoe 8th. Brad Neri in 7th. Sakura Shibashi 6th. Steffi Porticelli in 5th. Hazel Lacasse 4th. There's your third place driver, Kimitsu Kinoshita. Natalia Kurochenko sitting behind a lap car of Cody Blackman. And Cameron Jackson's already working on lap traffic. So this is going to help Kurochenko catch up a little bit. But what Cameron Jackson is going through right now, Kurochenko will have to go through too. Jackson taking his time. This is a very feisty bunch of cars. Lecty, Walker, Perth, and Mildred Moon. Jackson going to try to pick his moves on Gerard Perth, try to put him a lap down. Was ahead of him at that line. And clears him. Despite the lap traffic, Kurochenko's not doing much better. She's only gained a 10th in 2 laps. Race has been caution-free so far. Nicole Leckie sitting 20th. She's the last car in the lead lap for now. So Draco needs to get a move on. Otherwise, he may end up a lap down in a serious world of trouble. Entering this race, Draco is 40 points ahead of Steffi Porticelli, 61 points ahead of Isabel Espinoza, 69 points ahead of Kurochenko, and 80 points ahead of Sakura Ishibashi. All 4 making inroads on him, same as Christina Espinoza, who sits a little bit further down in 6th in points. Looking at Cameron Jackson as he moves to the inside of Nicole Lectie. Maybe not this time. No harm, no foul. Just up the road, there's Andrew Draco. He has made it to 15th. Now working on Tyler Parker, someone he's got a bit of a rivalry with, spawning from Motegi earlier this year. And Draco trying to get by him. Almost touched rear wheels there. Don't want to do that too often many times. But Draco needs to move, and he knows the urgency, and he's going to clear Tyler Parker here. Smooth exit out of turn 2. Now he's working on Isabel Espinosa. The more championship rivals he can get ahead of, the better. Isabel's in a fight of her own. She's trying to battle Lucian Lachapelle and Christina Espinosa. That family feud continuing to escalate. Where does Isabel Espinosa go at the end of the year? Does she stay in Champ Car at the end of the year? Right now, we do not know. Draco, elbows out for Andrew Draco. Absolutely elbows out. But Draco takes the position. He's already up to 13th. So now it's go time for Andrew Draco. Lachapelle's dropped down to 12th. So his early tires have begun to fade just a little bit. Draco has gained 13 spots in this race. He's passed more cars than that. He's passed 18 cars. But he's up 13 spots because of that pit stop. You see the ticker updating every lap. Nicole Lecter now a lap down. Same with Ronald Walker. So if there's ever been motivation for Andrew Draco, it's avoid Cameron Jackson. Lachapelle defending the bottom very well. Andrew Draco just forced to run his line. He's gotten past Lachapelle before. He's going to try it again here. Going to the inside of turn 1. Lachapelle gave him space, but they're still side by side coming into the backstretch onto turn 3. Lachapelle respectfully gives him the spot. Draco the 12th. Draco is working magic right now. If things stay as they are, this might be one of his best performances so far, bar none. There's your race leader. You saw the flash of blue. There he is. Cameron Jackson. 3.3 is the gap. In fact, it's now 3.5. And that's why Kurachenko losing a position to Kinoshita. So Cat Duff Racing trying to make a 1-2 happen here. They very well could. Kinoshita making a move on Cody Blackman, trying to get him out of the way. Cody Blackman absolutely holding up second and third. Not making it easy. But Kenosha gets by. Not clear, but should be able to get by with a quick lunge in the turn 1, and does so. And Kurachenko can't follow. Kelly, then you got teammates here for Impulse. We know their futures for 2021. They'll both be teammates next year. That doesn't stop battling. That's for top 5. That's for 5th place. Lacasse has it. Neri 7th. In his own little battle with Simona Leroux and Patrick Marcelli. This is the battle for 10th right here. Ray Taylor in 10th, Christina Espinoza 11th, Andrew Draco 12th. This is where it gets a lot tougher. We're not used to seeing Marcelli do well. We're not used to seeing Neri do quite so well. Not used to seeing Simona Leroux consistently in the top 10. So all 3 of them could pose challenges for the likes of Christina Espinoza and Andrew Draco, especially here. In very close confines racing, Espinoza takes a peek to the inside of Taylor, and it's not going to stick. Who's going to blink first, Espinoza or Draco? Who's going to make a move to the inside? Draco's been aggressive on this stint. Cameron Jackson holding station 3.4 to his teammate Kimitsu Kinoshita. That team's scored double podiums multiple times, but it's never been a 1-2. This could be the first. If you're Cameron Jackson, you're probably hoping that the first 191 laps go the exact same way as the final 110. Draco's so close to the gearbox of Christina Espinoza. So close to the gearbox. But he gets such a good run out of turns 2. Ray Taylor under fire has pulled this group of 3 onto the next group of 3. That's battling for 7. Realistically, anyone from this point on, if they pit, they can make it to the end. Reasonably, we're not expecting people to pit for about another 55 laps. But people could blink early, use the fresher tires, you navigate traffic. People could absolutely pit early. People could pit as early as lap 220. The question is, for someone like Draco, is this something you want to risk? Draco moving on Espinoza. Not going to stick this time, I don't think. He's still to the inside, though. Makes it a lot better. Coming out of turn 4. Still not clear. Draco had to give up a little bit of ground, a little momentum. Still side by side. And this is, again, right on the cusp of the top 10. This is 11th that Draco's fighting for now, and he is clear. Draco absolutely making magic happen. How high can he go? We're 2/3 of the way through. 97 laps to go. Draco's already going for 10th. Thinks better of it knowing that Raceway's already too wide. Draco got stuck to the outside. Does he have the tires to make it stick? Yes, he does for the moment. Still 2 by 2. Something I don't think he wanted was to be involved in a pack battle. But that's where he's at. They're 3 wide into 1. There was contact there between Draco and Espinoza. Espinoza has to back out. This is for the top 10. This is just for 10. Is Draco going to launch there for 9th? He is. It is wheel-to-wheel action. On the cusp of the top 10. Draco is in the top 10 now. So he has the ability to keep that streak alive. There's a reason he is the championship leader. 12 of 14 races he has finished so far has been top 10. He's only won once. He won Lausitz. But it's always been about getting what you can. It's been about minimizing losses. Well, what a way to minimize those losses than to go from last to the top 10 with 91 laps to go. Knowing that a caution during a pit cycle could throw this wide open. But that was some brilliant racing. Just for the top 10. Just to get into the top 10. That was some brilliant racing. Brad Neri still sitting 7th. So Simona LaRose absolutely used up all of her tires trying to get past Neri, and it didn't work. So now Draco's sitting behind Ray Taylor. Ray Taylor sitting with a decent 9th place finish. He'll absolutely take those. He's not had the best season. He's had a win, but he's also had multiple DNFs. A lot of feel-good stories all around. Marcelli, Taylor, Neri. Draco's Superman at this point. Draco is not done, I don't think. The gap between Jackson and Kenosha has started to fall. Kurachenko's lost so much pace, down to 7 seconds behind Cameron Jackson. Kenosha is gaining. She's gained about half a second over the span of the last 20 laps. It's a very slow rate of progress, but it puts her within an overlap range when that next round of pit stops happen. Marcelli trying to get past Brad Neri. It didn't happen that time, but their battling has allowed Ray Taylor and Andrew Draco to catch up. Neri, the pole sitter, has stayed in the top 10 all race long. He's gone out of his way to prove that his pole position was not a fluke. But he's had nothing on the big powerhouse teams. He's had nothing for Striker. He's had nothing for Cat Devil Racing. He's got nothing for Impulse. Cat Devil Racing 1-2, Striker 3-4, Impulse 5-6, and then Swift Autosport's best of the rest. David Wessel had a very bad pit stop, and his race has gone from a chance of being a hero to no chance at all. So there's 7th through 11th on your screen right now. And they're all nose to gearbox. Draco using the outside here. Not sure how successful it's going to be. It will defend himself from Christine Espinoza. Draco now using the bottom. Ray Taylor using the bottom as well to get past Marcelli. Can he make it stick? Draco not making the mistake he made last time. He's going to stick to the bottom. The sooner Ray Taylor can get by, the better. Espinoza going to try to work the top lane. That gap between first and second has shrunk dramatically. Kenosha's working hard. Getting past Russell here. Gerard Perth in front of her. This is second place. First place is just up the road. "75 laps to go." Been quite an interesting race. So Kenosha trying to get around Wessel is stuck in traffic, but that traffic's catching up to Cameron Jackson. Jackson's stuck behind Keisha Fox. So the race leader, seeing the blue and white. We know that pit stops are about 20 laps away. That's when the realistic window opens. Fastest lap so far is Andrew Draco. Andrew Draco has been on a tear. 17 cars left on the lead lap. Keisha Fox being the last one. Fox holding on for dear life. But she is all alone. Have to wonder if Cameron Jackson might have burned his tires off a bit early, trying to get through all the lap traffic. Because there's a lot of it. You see Kenosha coming out of turn 2 right behind him. Gas down to 1.5. It was up as far as 4. So Kenosha has been climbing. We know that one pit stop's all that's needed. Seems like you can't make much ground on Keisha Fox. Kenosha just kind of stalled out as well. Massive train of cars. Everyone else is over 8 seconds behind. Leaves a lot to be desired. It is a decent battle between Kurachenko, Porticelli, Lacasse, and Ishibashi. All 4 of them within a second. And there's Cameron Jackson. He's going to blink first, lap 2:37. Hands the lead off to his teammate, Kenosha. What's Kenosha going to do now? How long does she stay out? Isabel Espinosa with an engine failure. Now that helps out Draco a ton. Draco's trying to make some clear space happen. Now the chaos ensues. Lacasse back out. She is one of the first to blink. When does Andrew Draco blink? When does Kenosha blink? These stops have to be perfect. Neri's in pit lane now. Kenosha's in. Draco trying to stay out as long as he can as well. Porticelli staying out. Kind of hoping for a caution at this point. Knowing how far back you were from the 2 leaders. Do you start to have to hope for a caution or hope for something to kind of put the bleeding on hold? Draco's sitting out as long as he can. A very curious maneuver. Draco's now leading. It's Draco, then Christina Espinosa. Christina Espinosa came in. When does Draco come in? Draco's in this time. There's Cameron Jackson. Does he stay in the lead? That is 2 cars in the wall. That's Kaylee Zappa that was in the wall. We stay green. But that was side-to-side contact. Kaylee Zappa's finally out of the wall. But that was Tyler Parker that put her in the wall. Jackson leads. Kenosha second. Where does Draco cycle out? There's Cameron Jackson. He's in threat of being lapped. And it looks like he might be lapped. Did he give up too much time by staying out? It looks like it. He is now 1 lap down. The first car 1 lap down. And he's sitting 12th. So he didn't lose a lot of ground position-wise. He's just a lap down now. He's lost too much time. Now he's going to have to try to follow Cameron Jackson or try to unlap himself. With 52 laps to go, that is a tall order. Christina Espinosa is also a lap down. She is also someone that pit later. So the points championship leader and the race leader all in the same frame. Keisha Fox, last car in the lead lap once again. .11 cars on the lead lap. For those just tuning in, we are down to less than 50 laps to go here in Richmond. It's been caution-free all race long. Cameron Jackson, the blue and white car in the middle of your screen, is the race leader. Andrew Draco, the gold and black, is the first car 1 lap down. After starting last, he's been in the top 10. He's gained the most positions of anybody so far this race. He's gained 14 positions. He's trying to get his lap back and get ahead of Keisha Fox. If he can make both happen, that'd be quite astonishing. He's going to make a move on Cameron Jackson here on the inside of turn 1. It doesn't happen. .45 laps to go this time. It's just been straight up short track racing. Champ Car's done a fantastic job. Last second replacement for Iowa. Tires that we weren't expecting to use. And Cameron Jackson's taking advantage of the chaos to make something magical happen. All he's got to do is hold on for just a little bit longer. Draco making a move to the inside once again. If Draco can unlap himself and get past Keisha Fox, that puts him in a pretty sweet lane. She is the fastest in the field this time. Draco was fastest in final practice, but a crash in qualifying put him down in last place. He's now back on the lead lap, and now he gets to kind of challenge Keisha Fox and then go after Simona LaRoe and Ray Taylor. Keisha Fox has to begin moving now. Two retirements. Suri Lundquist having an engine failure, and then Isabel Espinosa losing the gearbox. Everyone else 1 lap down, up to 12th place. Man in the center of your screen, the last minute on the lead lap, we just saw him get that lap back. What does he make of it? Simona LaRoe now sitting in 10th. Ray Taylor's gotten by her. Cameron Jackson losing a little bit of time to Draco and Keisha Fox, but Keisha Fox is essentially being pushed into the corner. And Draco's gotten his elbows out all race long. It's been a sight to see. For Kenosha, really it's all about just consolidating that 1-2 finish for the team. Be the first 1-2 finish for the team in its history. Teams had an up and down season, but this would be a massive up. Draco getting past Keisha Fox now. That's for 11th. And opens the door for Carmen Jackson to put her a lap down. But he won't. Doesn't have the run. So Keisha Fox stays to live the fight. It's an absolute brawl. We are approaching 30 to go in just a couple laps. What makes this race so big for Andrew Draco? Man started last, 26 on the grid. But he's got a top 10 streak. 12 of the past 14 races since the start of the season, he has finished in the top 10 12 times. He is captain consistency. Even when his back's been against the wall, he's risen to the challenge, and he's had a massive challenge tonight. As it stands, he's going to lose a gap to he's going to lose a bit of a gap to Kurachenko, Ishibashi, and Porter Kelly, but neither of them are on the podium. And if he can get to the top 10, that's a guaranteed 21 points. He's already led a lap. So it is vital. Brad Neri had a terrible pit stop, was sitting top 10 almost all race long. But that second pit stop has thrown him down to 15th position. The pit stops once again cost the Italian driver. He started on pole. Couldn't really hold in with the I guess the juggernaut teams. But he sat 7th. He was best of the rest. Until that last pit stop. That last pit stop set him back to 15th. That team's going to be asking what could have been. Still an impressive performance nonetheless up until that point by Neri, just to hold on to the top 10. He's not entirely alone. He's battling with Mildred Moon and David Russell, both in the same rookie class, as well as Esther Hofson. Keeping an eye on Draco at the same time as we're trying to keep an eye on Cameron Jackson as that incoming battle between him and his teammate begins to come closer and closer. 25 laps to go this time by. Cameron Jackson is stuck in traffic. Look back. There's Kenosha. Kenosha's clear. There's Brad Neri. And there's David Russell. That's 15th and 16th, one lap down. So, Kenosha has clear space. Approaching 20 to go, we know it's pretty certain it's going to be a Cat Devil Racing 1-2. It's just who's going to be first and who's going to be second. Christina Espinoza finding herself a lap down. Not very common, but it's happened before. It happened at Brno. Happened at Toronto. Keisha Fox is fighting for her life to stay on the lead lap. She knows that when she doesn't, Cameron Jackson's going to move her anyway. That's what she was trying to avoid. 21 laps to go. Cameron's going to get by. Christina Espinoza has to deal with Mildred Moon, so she doesn't get to try to run on Keisha Fox to try to get 12th away. And that's an extra car between Jackson and Kenosha. Laps have been ticking by super fast. Cameron Jackson on the charge once again, closing in on Draco. Draco's got to move on in LaRoe to try to get the top 10. And he is running out of time. "17 laps and counting." And that gap for Kenosha just dropped down all the way down to 1.18. What is it that time? Almost identical. Can Kenosha charge enough? "15 laps to go." We know Draco's not going to be nice. How much is Cameron going to do? How much is he willing to risk? Does he have to risk anything? It's down to a second. Hazel Lacasse sitting poised for a podium. Almost 2 seconds ahead of Porter Kelly. So it's going to be a good day for Team Impulse as well. Strickland Motorsports could have had a little bit better. They're currently sitting 4th and 6th. But they're sitting safely 4th and 6th. Today's question is, who's winning this race 12 laps in? Well, 12 laps to go. Who is winning this race? Draco is on the gearbox of LaRoe. He wants to make a move. Draco's looking this time. He's going to try to peek out on the bottom, it looks like. So close. 10 laps to go. Draco making a move now. Better late than never. He's going to clear LaRoe. And in the top 10 he goes. 1 second is the gap. That's been the steady gap. Six laps to go. Kenosha's only got one car between her and Jackson. It's Christina Espinoza. Does she have enough time to make it happen? Down to 0.86, 5 to go. Four to go. It's down to half a second. Kenosha's there. But is it enough? It takes so much to try to move and try to work through the dirty air. 3 to go. Kenosha's down to less than half a second. It's going to be really close, but I don't think she's going to be able to navigate traffic enough. And our race that no one was prepared for, coming to 2 laps to go, Cat Dove Racing have showed that they prepared better than anybody. Coming to the white flag, 1 lap to go. Kenosha's right on the gearbox of Espinoza, but it's not going to be enough. And for the first time in over 2 years, Carmen Jackson is a Champ Car race winner. His teammate, Kenosha, sitting second. And there's Hazel Lacasse to complete the podium. Porter Kelly fourth. Ishibashi fifth. And there's the gap between 5th and 6th. There's Natalia Kurachenko. A great drive by Lachapelle to get back into the top 10, sitting 7th. Marcelli sits 8th. Ray Taylor with 9th. Andrew Draco finishes though with the top 10. So the streak continues. Simona Leroux, the last car in the lead lap at 11th. Then you have Christina Espinoza, the first car 1 lap down. Mildred Moon in 13th. Keisha Fox dropped to 14th at the end. David Wessel 15th. Brad Neri, that final pit stop unwound his entire race. He ends up dropping down to 16th after spending over 2/3 of the race on the lead lap. Gerard Perth sits 17th. Esther Haas in 18th. Nicole Leckie flirted with the top 10 at the beginning of the race, ended up sitting down in 19th. Kelly Zappa finished 20th, 1 lap down. Still ended up ahead of Tyler Parker, who put her in the wall at some point after the second round of pit stops had concluded. So she ended up with a better workaround than Tyler Parker. Jace Clark in between those two, sitting at 21st. And then the Apex cars, the last cars running 23rd and 24th. We talked about the DNFs at different points during the race. Isabel Espinoza, we watched her gearbox go. And then Siri Lundquist, another race where a Cherokee GP car is the first car out. But no yellows, no cautions at all. That is unbelievable. But that does it for Champ Car Racing at Richmond. It was a 10-day setup to try to get everyone moved from Newton, Iowa to Richmond, Virginia, and get this set up and an amazing crowd on hand to experience it. What a show. And it's not too far of a travel. Most of the teams located outside of Indianapolis, or at least have bases outside of Indianapolis, will have a fairly easy trek. In 2 weeks' time, it's going to be Mid-Ohio, just west of Columbus. It'll be 5 races to go when we start Mid-Ohio. 5 races to go in the championship. Andrew Draco with massive damage limitation keeps as much of it as he can. He's down to about 33 points. Not 33, 28 points. I'm doing mental math. We have to wait for the official results before we can give the point standings. So stay tuned for that. But as it stands, the gap definitely halved down a little bit. But the top 10 finish streak still intact. So for Champ Car, for the Champ Car World Series, for AT&T, for Horizon Corporation, we'll see you at Mid-Ohio.